Hello, this is Artie Astor with WGLC. Wicked Good live clips. I have, I guess, the Joseph Ozment band here. I don't know if they go by the Joseph Ozment band or just Joseph Ozment. And I was kind of bouncing back and forth as to what type of episode was I going to do. Was I going to do an episode about their studio version of this song? Or am I going to do an episode about this live version here? Excuse me. I decided live for a number of reasons. Number one, because they have a live version out. The videography is really great. The engineering is great as far as the panning of the instruments. So it's a shout out to the recording studio as well. For their efforts and their work. But it's also a shout out to the musicians, man, because you can, and if you make a mistake playing live, I've seen it. I've actually seen Reese Winans with Joe Bonamassa playing keyboard, and then he puts his hand down to play a chord, and you hear nothing. And he probably played the wrong chord, or he had fat fingers and maybe nicked another key. And the producer of that live broadcast decided, well, when we released this live video, it wasn't broadcast, it was a live recording. When we release this live video, I'm taking that chord out, and maybe Reese even walked up to the guy afterwards and said, yeah, please take that out. So you don't even hear it, but he puts his hand down on a chord and you see him, but you don't hear anything. And then you hear all the other chords that he plays and he put it down with force. So you know that it should have made sound, but it's all the instruments are usually recorded on separate channels. So you just go in and take that one chord and bloop, take it out, and that's it. And, so the fact that there's pressure on musicians when they're doing a live recording to play things accurately. And if you for me, when I play live, I if I think too much about what I'm doing, I end up making mistakes. It's a lot of pressure when you're being recorded and you're doing something live and you're going to make a video. There's a lot of pressure, And what I like about this recording here, first of all, the way this sounds live, this song Jackson. It's like a Neil Young song. Whereas the studio version is nice, but I just related to this version right here, and I love all the work put into it because tenor sax and flute are being played here in unison. And, you got to make sure those are tuned properly. So, if the tenor sax is a little sharp, if he has the mouthpiece in too far, and if the flute is a little flat or whatever, then it's literally going to ruin the whole entire production, So the fact that there's so many moving parts and the song still just sounds so nice, I'm like, I'm going to stick to what I originally wanted to do, which was feature a live performance. So that's what I'm going to do here. This is the song Jackson by Joseph Ozment, and he's got an excellent team working with him. So let's give the song a listen. Hopefully I get my volume levels correct. So if when I talk during the song, which I invariably will, you can still hear my voice.
My name's Joseph Ozment. This song is called Jackson.
The drums sound great. A lot of work miking up those drums, man. Listen to this. Bass and drums are just nice. Guitar's right here. That hi-hat, well, that sounded like a ride, was up on the right ear. So, this engineering is amazing, how everything's panned. Shouldn't I know myself better by now? Great vocals. Shouldn't I left behind all of these doubts? Bass just sounds great, man. It's just great engineering. Now, I thought I paused it. Backing vocals, harmonizing backing vocals. Before I continue, when I saw that there was flute and tenor, I became super interested and critical when I first saw them, because I know how much work it is to get everything in tune. I've literally seen, I think it was Christmas. Yeah, I was in California for Christmas week, and there was a band doing Christmas tunes out in, I don't know if it was Pier 39, but it was somewhere. No, it was Christmas music, but it wasn't Christmas time. I don't know. I have no idea. I was in California, and there was a band doing Christmas music. I don't know if it was Christmas time. If it wasn't, then that would be weird. But it was a brass band, and I am not kidding you. They spent about 45 minutes, everyone tuning to each other before the music even started. 45 minutes. And all you heard was everyone doing the thing. Make sure that the intonation is nice, but make sure that your highs and lows are good. And they were doing that, They were playing a high C and then a low C to make sure that everything was nice, that you had good intonation and everything else. It's a crap ton of work. And, if someone is off, let's just say that like one of the instruments was a little flat. The engineer in post can, pitch correct that note by note. I mean, it's just, there's so much work that goes into putting something like this together. So that's another reason why I was so interested in this. But let's go back to the song now. This is great songwriting, great harmonizing, great arrangement.